Hey guys, welcome back. I'm happy you're here today. We're doing another weekend reset. We're doing a lot outside today. We've got a baby shower tomorrow. I know a lot of you guys know that my daughter is expecting, so we're hosting here at my house. Most of the party will be out on the outside new porch area. I have new furniture coming. Well, actually, I've had it already, but I'm having it assembled today so I can set everything up for the party tomorrow, get everything cleaned up and ready to go. I've got a lot of work to do over the course of today and also tomorrow morning before the party begins. So if you are prepping for a big event or if you're just ready to do some outside cleanup and a little bit of party setup with me, I would love it if you would hit that like button and let's get started. All right, I've got a lot going on outside. One of the things that I am hopeful that I will be able to get done today is replace this rug. A lot of you guys remember when I grabbed that in the spring, and I do like it. I like it a lot, but I have a dog that brings in a lot of dirt and sand because we live in Florida. Everything is very sandy. And I am very hopeful that I will have time to take this one out. And I did find another one on Amazon that I'll share with you. That way, if I don't get to it in today's video, I'll be able to at least show you what it is and something that I plan to add in the future. But let me turn the camera around and I'll show you what I got. So this is one that I picked up on Amazon and I absolutely love the colors in here. It's got some really pretty grayish blue tones, some warm tones too, some taupe, and maybe even almost like a soft mauve. So I'm hopeful that this is going to look really nice with the blue and white decor around the house. A lot of you guys know that I went with like really cute and quaint gingham blue and white patterns, as well as like these floral pillow covers, the soft blue, that what is that, cornflower blue. I am hopeful that this is gonna look good. I do want to try more of mixing patterns. So I realize that this is a busy rug. I'm hopeful that because it's got a neutral base, that it won't seem too busy. Like if you look at the picture in the image, you can see that it looks very busy, but I think that's because the backdrop is blue. And with the one that I went with, it has a neutral backdrop, so I'm hopeful it won't look too busy and clash with a lot of the patterns that I have going on around the room, like this gingham blue and white pillow. I know it's kind of dark over here. So I don't know, we'll see. I don't even know if I will have time to get to it today, but that is the plan anyway. So that's something I need to do. I'm waiting on the guy that is going to be coming to put together my furniture. He should be here any minute. A lot of you guys saw that in this section here we had some thrifted furniture, and nothing that was ugly or bad or anything, but it just didn't provide enough seating. We expect to have 40 people here tomorrow. So this section here is going to be getting set up soon. A lot of you guys saw that I recently added in some new chairs. Pointing backwards is hard. I added in some more chairs here. I love these. I would love to get another set of these. But for right now, I'm working with what I've got because everything I do, you guys know, everything I do is on a budget. And, you know, money is not infinite. So I used up all of the money that I had for my patio on that set, which will be coming soon. I think it's gonna be worth it. It's gorgeous. I can't wait to see it set up because it looked beautiful on the website. So that is the next step, just waiting for him to arrive. Should be here anytime soon. While I'm waiting for him to arrive, I will go ahead and get started on my kitchen. I have a lot of things just sort of laying everywhere. The kitchen is not very dirty, but it is quite messy. So I'll need to get a bunch of things kind of reset and put back in their place before I can wipe down the countertops and do the dishes and get everything sort of looking fresh and clean again. And since I'm going to be storing this soap container for future use, and it does have a little bit of moisture inside, I just rolled up a paper towel, shoved it in the opening. That way it will absorb all of the moisture and I don't have to worry about any of that getting sort of gross while it's sitting under the counters. Some point in every weekly video, I love to check in with you guys and see how you are. Leave me a comment below. Let me know what you've been up to. What are you doing to prepare for summer? I always love to check in with you guys. And if you're new, my name is Jen, and I love doing all sorts of things that help me enjoy my home. Things like thrifting, decorating, cleaning, outdoor yard work and gardening, all sorts of things revolving around home. So if that's something that you like and you're new here, I would love it if you would consider subscribing. if you have favorite chores and unfavorite chores on your weekly to-do list, but for me, I actually really enjoy cleaning my sink. I use a combination of baking soda and Blue Dawn dish soap, and there is just something really sort of cathartic about seeing the solution kind of get scrubbed on and then rinsed away, and there is nothing quite like having a nice clean sink.
Once I can see it put back together.
This week, my cast iron didn't really require a lot of deep cleaning, so just a simple wipe down with a paper towel to remove any additional grease and debris before I set them away, and then we can continue getting the kitchen cleaned up.
Together, you could call it a vision or a tether. All at once I can see it put back together.
My daughter came in, and so I was chatting with her while I was cleaning. So if you see me talking, I'm not losing my marbles. I was talking to my daughter who was off camera, and I'm just getting my stove cleaned up with that same baking soda and Blue Dawn dish soap solution. This is another one of my favorite tasks in the kitchen. There's a lot of things I don't enjoy cleaning, but something about this formula really is enjoyable and makes everything sparkly clean. You guys can see to the right on the countertops, I have this stain. That's something that I'm going to be sharing with you guys later in the video today. I'm going to be working on a bench that my husband built. It's actually like a rocker. It's actually a glider, and it's just plain pine, and we're going to stain that in today's video. just waiting for the guy to come up to the house. He just pulled in, and we'll head around back. I'll show him the furniture set. Now, one of the things that I'm kind of embarrassed to say is that I did not measure this patio set, and I have no idea if it's gonna fit in the space. I do this kind of stuff all the time and it always works out fine, so I'm sure it'll be fine. That space is pretty large, so I'm not too worried about it, but I guess we'll find out. He's gonna bring his tools up and I'll show him where it is and we'll get going with the setup. Okay, so he is back there getting set up. He's a really nice guy. I actually got a great deal. I don't usually have somebody come and assemble furniture because my husband knows how to do it and he's really quick with things. But for the Memorial Day sale on the Walmart website, they actually included, they had some kind of a deal with the Angie services, and they included the assembly with the purchase price for free. So I was like, yeah, if I can save my husband some time, I'll definitely do that. And so I am so excited to get this patio set finally put together and in, because I have been so excited to decorate and get this porch rolling for the summer. So I can't wait to see how it's gonna turn out. It's a really warm day out today, so I'm definitely gonna be struggling out there once he leaves, cleaning and decorating. I was gonna clean the porch before this happened, but my husband's gonna come home and mow. I don't know if you guys can see, but like the yard is completely overgrown. It doesn't really show up on the camera, but it's like really overgrown, and I thought that it would be dumb to clean up and then have him go around and weed eat and mow and kick up all that dust and dirt onto all of the furniture. The screen is there and it does kind of protect it, but it still makes a mess, so I'll wait till he's done doing that. A lot of you guys have heard me say that I use a combination of baking soda and Blue Dawn dish soap to clean my stove. And I do that a lot. I use it for the sink too. You guys just saw that. But one thing I will caution you on if you decide to go this route is after it is completely dry, check it again, because I don't know if you can see that on camera, but there is a film. See, I didn't get all of the baking soda off. So I'm gonna have to go over that again, maybe with a wet rag or some sort of all-purpose spray, because you know, you can't see it when it's wet, but then as it dries, it turns white again. So I'm gonna do that now.
You could call it a vision or a telling. All at once I can see it, put back together. You could call it a vision. You could call it a vision. You could call it a vision.
I know a few of you guys are here today and you're new, and maybe you were drawn in just by the cleaning content. But if you're someone who really likes decorating, I have a couple of summer decorating videos as well as some makeover videos here on my channel, and I would love for you to check them out. I am really enjoying this sort of Nancy Meyers cozy functional kitchen look that I've got going on, and I really went all out with bringing a bunch of decor in and sort of filling up the space, and that's something I've really been enjoying. So if you like the way this little setup here is looking, you might enjoy seeing that entire video, so I will link it in the description box below.
Student of abandon, with you I am blessed. All at once in a dream, we are together.
It's time to get the microwave clean on the inside, and so after I remove the glass round plate that spins around, I like to spray it down with a solution of vinegar and water and turn the microwave on for a minute and kind of let that liquid get warm and steamed up a little bit before I come in with a paper towel and wipe everything away. It wasn't very dirty, so this was actually quite easy, but there have been times in the past where things were kind of gross in there and cooked on, and this solution works really well. Another option would be to dip a sponge in a vinegar water solution and place the sponge in there and microwave that, and that steam sort of fills up the microwave and makes everything a lot easier to clean off.
All at once in a dream, we are together.
From time to time throughout cleaning the kitchen, I was kind of popping over to the door here and checking in on the progress. I was so excited to see this set come together, and you can see there on the side, the table is finally set up. I'll share that with you up close in just a moment. But first I wanted to at least get the kitchen finished up. And it was about time for me to clean the inside of the coffee maker. So this same vinegar water solution, I'm spraying it on the surfaces, and then I'll also pour in vinegar and water to the inside reservoir and run that through, and then run some clean water through. This really helps keep the coffee tasting really fresh if I do this once a month. A lot of you guys know that I am a huge coffee drinker. I love drinking coffee all throughout the morning. You've probably noticed that I have my cup there in the kitchen with me, and I sip from it all morning long until about noon, which is when I switch over to water. That's pretty much what I drink on a daily basis. A lot of you guys know that I am doing the carnivore diet, and I will be including an update video for you guys here hopefully shortly. I'm waiting until I reach my 40-pound mark on how much weight I've lost. And I'm hovering right around between 35 and 38, depending on the day. So as soon as I hit that 40-pound mark, I will be including a video to update you on how that's going. But coffee has played a big role for me in the morning. I will typically make a very simple coffee. It's just my black strong coffee and some heavy whipping cream, no sugar added, no sugar-free syrups, no flavoring. I really struggle with sweet tastes triggering my food addiction. And so as long as I stay away from things that taste sweet, I find that I struggle a lot less, and I almost have eliminated just about every bit of food noise that used to be very tempting to me to want to snack and eat and overdo the sugar intake. So I'm using a cleaner on my stainless steel, which is called Murphy's Oil Soap. I know they do have items on the market that are good for stainless cleaning, but I actually have enjoyed using this. This is something that I use on my wood as well throughout the house, and it is an oil-based cleaner. It smells like citrus. It's really nice for my stainless because once it is dry, I buff it out with a dry cloth, and it really does create a seamless shine.
Laid out on your chest, student of abandon. With you I'm blessed. All at once in a dream, we are together. You could call.
Something else I wanted to mention to you guys is that I will be doing a makeover video up in my spare room. A lot of you guys really enjoyed my master bedroom makeover video, and I am loving how that turned out. That's a little bit more of like a modern, organic, moody look, and my spare room is going to be completely the opposite. I want to go in a cute and quaint coastal cottage look, something that's a little bit more shabby chic. So if you love makeover videos and if you love decorating, hit that subscribe button. You won't want to miss out on any of the decorating content that I've got coming up. If I'm being honest, I absolutely hate cleaning the glass on this hutch. I really do love this hutch. It's one of my favorite pieces. I actually found it on Facebook Marketplace and only paid $30 for it. So I thought it is a beautiful piece, and I really love having it here in my house, but I just hate cleaning the glass so much that I really do put it off probably too long. This was long overdue.
All at once I can see it, put back together. You could call it a vision. You could call it a vision. You could call it a vision.
Okay, so I was able to get the living room cleared away. My daughter's boyfriend helped me, but he didn't want to be on camera. So we just did that off camera, and then I'm going to vacuum, mop, set the new one out, and then he said he would come back and help me put the furniture back in. But I forgot how much I like the flooring. It's just tile and it looks like wood, but it really is pretty. I'm half tempted to not have a rug. I really like that rug though. I don't know. So I figured I'll just go ahead and remove the old carpet and get this out of here and get the floor vacuumed and mopped. And then I can decide whether or not I want to go with bare floors or if I want to roll out the carpet. In the past, whenever I do this, I always think to myself that I want to go with the bare tile. And then when I do get the rug laid out, I love it. So I'm hopeful that that's what's going to happen here because I really don't feel like having to return that carpet. I absolutely love it. And I really want to try to work it in.
Once in a dream, we are together. You could call it a vision or a tether.
Sand is always such a big problem here in Florida. You see me wiping my feet on the sides of my legs just to get the sand off of the bottoms of my feet so that as I continue vacuuming, I don't track it around some more. You'll see me do that from time to time. It always makes me laugh whenever I see it happen. Next up, some mopping. You guys know how much I love mopping. Insert sarcastic face here. I almost was out of my Mr. Clean, and so I had to end up using it from a spray bottle that I had down there. I'll need to go get some more sometime this week. But you see that little thing there on my window I keep tapping at? That's a little lizard. Some of you guys have noticed that the lizard on that window in a previous video always seems to be there. And today is no different. I think he has just adopted my window for his home. I always see him there. And you guys know in Florida, well, maybe you know in Florida, lizards are just commonplace. In fact, when I was a kid, some of you guys are going to be kind of creeped out by this. So if you don't like lizards, you may want to skip ahead maybe 20 or 30 seconds. But when I was a kid, lizards were something that we would always try to catch. And whenever we did catch them, we would just tap their nose gently and it causes them to open their mouth. And then you sort of put their mouth up against your earlobe and they would clamp down on your ears. And they don't have teeth. I mean, they do have teeth, but you can't feel it because the teeth are so tiny. And we would just walk around wearing them as earrings, which is such a strange thing now that I'm an adult and saying that out loud. But it was something that we always did. And I just look back at that so fondly. I don't know if any of you guys grew up in Florida or if you know what I'm talking about, but the lizards are a commonplace thing here in Florida. And I almost consider them like stray cats. They're just in the yard all the time, sort of hanging around with me. Once I got the main part of the floor mopped, I needed to step outside and let that dry. So I thought I would come back here and share with you guys the progress and take a look at how far my husband has gone in mowing. So I'm going to say this, and I don't know if you guys can hear me over the sound of the mower. If not, then I will end up doing a voiceover and you will never even know that this happened. So we've got this out here. We actually are going to be setting up 2 gazebos. I just saw that there's a towel in here and I don't want it to get gross when he mows. We're going to be setting up 2 gazebos outside. This is a piece that I don't want to get rid of. I do need new cushions for it because they're really old and kind of gross. But we'll have that dining table there set up under one of the gazebos, and then we'll have this set up here in front of another gazebo so that we can have our guests outside and inside. It is going to be a pool party as well. That way everybody can be comfortable and use the outside in the shade without getting too overheated. We've got some badminton. We've got a little inflatable, well, not little, but an inflatable thing that's going to go above the pool so that they can volley the ball back and forth and basically just have a bunch of fun. But I do want to share with you guys, I know this is not really a video today about the yard or gardening, but you guys know that we have a mulberry tree. That's it right there, that big one there in front of the swing. And my husband is actually propagating more, and they are finally starting to leaf out. The one on the left is really taking off. This one on the right has some green in the stem and you can see a few buds. And then the one in the back is just getting started. It has a teeny tiny little bit of green. There's another one also. He's got another one over there by the shed. We're just kind of testing out different areas and seeing what works as far as sun goes, but it seems like these are doing better. So we may end up moving those back out here. This area is where a hot tub used to be, and eventually this patio, the stone set here, is going to be taken up from this space. That's my shed in that box, and that shed is going to go over on the other side of the house, and these stones will be the base for the flooring for that. So that will end up going over there somewhere.
All at once I can see it.
Now that the floor is dry, it is time for the reveal of the rug. I can't wait to get this thing set up, and you're gonna watch me really struggle here. I open it up and start to really get nervous. You guys know how small my house is, and this room is quite narrow. And as I was trying to unfold it, you see me kind of going back and forth, and I thought I needed to move the couch, and I opened it up thinking it was way too big for the space, and I'm thinking, oh no, this is not gonna work. And then all of a sudden I realized I just needed to turn it. So once I got it turned, I was able to lay it out, and it fit really well.
Take me to the ruins, aquifers and springs, baby ferns uncurling, every living thing. Be to me a mother, both hands on.
All right, you guys will have to leave me a comment and let me know what you think about the rug. It's well, you know what? Hang on. Let me turn my fan light on so that you guys can see it better. Okay, so at first I wasn't sure because of the pattern being so busy. Now that I have it set down, I actually think I love it. Now, obviously, once you get the furniture and everything set up, that may change. But as for right now, I think I'm really going to love this. And I know it's kind of dumb to set out a light carpet because I know it's gonna get messed up and it's gonna get gross and dirty when Molly comes in and out, but I didn't wanna bring anything dark in for the summer because I wanna keep it nice and light. This one is washable, and since I found that really cute laundromat and they have giant washers, I think I may end up taking that one this week to get that one washed and set aside so that I can use it in the future. And then I'll probably do the same with this one when I'm ready to get another one for the fall. Amazon has them really cheap, and I typically, I get bored with my stuff really easily. So I'm thinking this is a good way to go, at least for now. So let's get the furniture set back up, and you guys will have to leave me a comment below. Let me know what you think. You guys know I am trying to go with that Nancy Meyers look, and I think this pattern is perfect for that. It has a little bit of traditional element. It's super soft underfoot. I love it.
Call it a vision or tether.
I'll be honest with you guys, I felt a little bit disjointed in the floor cleaning today because I was so excited about getting the rug down that I vacuumed and mopped just that one section, and I almost forgot that I needed to do the rest of the house. So just working on getting the kitchen, front entry, and everything else cleaned up so that I can mop and prep the house for having guests over. On the day of filming, it was the day before the baby shower, and I was really wanting to get the house looking clean, smelling fresh. And you guys know how much I hate floor mopping for sure, but it was definitely needed this time around.
All at once in a dream, we are together. You could call it a vision or a tether. All at once I can see it, put back together.
Molly is the most messy eater. I don't know if you guys have dogs that do this, but she will remove food from the bowl, place it on the floor, and chomp it over the tile and create all these crumbs. So I kept having to go over the section to make sure that all of the dog food was cleaned up.
All at once in a dream, we are together. You could call it a vision or a tether.
Every time I finished mopping a section and I needed to let it dry, I would take the opportunity to go out there and check and see how the progress was. You can see the sectional is coming together really well. The table is stunning. I love this dark wood look top. It's actually like a hard plastic, but it does look like metal. I'm sorry, it does feel like metal and looks like wood. I originally thought it was metal. I thought it was aluminum. My husband pointed out that it was like a hard plastic. Either way, it's really pretty. I'm not too worried about it because it's going to be under the patio cover all the time, so it's not going to be out in the elements. So even though it's plastic, it should hold up just fine for a very long time. Now, it was time to bring the rest of the furniture onto the carpet and make my final decision on how I feel about it. My daughter's boyfriend helped me get the main pieces of furniture put back. And so I just wanted to kind of scope it out with all of my decor set up and decide what I think about it before I make the final decision on whether or not it's going to stay. And so as I was filming this shot to show you guys what the carpet looks like, Molly peeked her head around the corner and decided she was very unimpressed. She cracks me up. So it is time to finalize the floor cleanup. Now that I've got all of the furniture out of this section, we'll get it vacuumed and mopped. And speaking of Molly, you'll see here in a minute, my husband comes in and asks me a quick question and then goes right back outside. And Molly comes running. She is so in love with him. Every time she hears his voice, she couldn't be bothered with me, but every time she hears his voice, she runs down the stairs just to get a glimpse of him or hope that he will pet her. She is really something.
All at once in a dream.
So he's just about done finishing the assembly and we have an issue. I love this set. First of all, let me just tell you how happy I am with how it's going to be looking. But my problem is that one of the cushions is not the right cushion. They came vacuum sealed, so we didn't know that. But when the guy opened it up, it did not inflate. And well, actually it is inflated, but you can tell it's clearly a much thinner cushion section than what this is supposed to be. So that's kind of a bummer. So he did mention that I could reach out to the company and they would send me a replacement. So we had to get a little creative and take the covers that came with it and sort of fold them up and place it underneath the cushion in the corner. That way it props it up so that it's level and we can use it for the party. But overall, I think it is a beautiful piece. I just set out a few pieces of decor just to kind of get a feel for what style I want to go with and how it's going to look. But you guys, I could not be happier with this set. And I do recommend it, even though the cushion was a little off. I'm still waiting to hear from the company on what they plan to do about it. So I will let you know what they do. And if they make it right, I hope they will, because it was a decent priced item that I don't want to have to, kind of rig up the cushion to be able to use it. So we're almost to the end of setting up the living room with the rug to see how it turns out. This is a chair that I love. It's sort of new to me and I like to keep it covered with a bunch of layers. That way, if Molly does happen to jump onto it, she doesn't track in mud or sand and stain it up, because this is one of my favorite swivel chairs I've ever had.
You could call it a vision. You could call it a vision. You could call it a vision. A vision or tell it. All at once I can see it. Put back together.
I don't know if you guys are like this, but for me, if something is off even just by a little bit, an inch here or there, too far to the right or too far to the left, it really bugs me. Before I head outside, just a few finishing touches to set the living room straight. Okay guys, so obviously I'm not done cleaning. I still have a bunch of laundry to put away, but I was really excited to share this. I really like this rug. I think it really brings just the perfect touch of blue and brightens everything up. So I would love to know what you guys think about it, because I think I'm gonna keep it here. I am really glad I decided to go with this one and not the one with the blue background. Okay, he's still mowing, but I think I am safe because back here is done. So I'm gonna set these out. A lot of you guys saw when I bought these at Target, they were in the spring Target dollar spot, and they're really cute, and I love the way the color goes with the beige and brown. The problem is I only have 2, and I really need 3. So I don't know if these are gonna stay. So now that I have everything set up, it's time to begin thinking about the type of decor that I want to go with out here and the color scheme and what's going to be long-term decorating out here on the porch. Okay, so we got the bench outside. He needs to do just a quick repair because I don't know if you can tell, but the side.
I was probably gonna want to bite it. I'm thinking, oh, what a ham hock right there.
I had to leave that little clip in there because my husband says the funniest things. He cracks me up. But anyway, he is just doing a quick repair on it. We're going to get the special walnut stain on it, and hopefully it will be dry in time for us to be able to use it. I know it's very bright out. I don't know if you can tell, but you know, this is just pine, so it's very yellow. I want to stain it with the color special walnut and see how that turns out, and hopefully it'll match a lot of the other furniture that we have on the patio now. So we used to have a handheld sprayer that was really heavy, and since the last time I've spray painted, we've got this air compressor gravity filled one, or gravity use, I don't know, it's got some kind of gravity in the name. It is way easier to work with, and it was so easy getting this stain on here. And you guys, if obviously you know, if you're going to be using spray paint or any sort of chemical, make sure that you're well ventilated. Obviously, you see I'm outside. I probably should have had a mask on, so if you do this, I do recommend using a mask, but the spray went on really easily, and it did not take long at all, just a few minutes, and it was done. And this video is getting so long, I never got to the decorating. I was really hopeful to share that with you, but we had so much to do that we ended up rushing around morning of, getting all the decorating done, and I just did not pull my camera out for that. So you guys will have to stay tuned to see the final bench look and how it turned out. And I do thank you for hanging out with me today and getting everything done, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye-bye.